20 minutes before 7 on this Monday morning, and what a weekend it was in KZN. So what's going to happen today? The court applicants of 44 branches from the Moses Mabhida Lower South Coast, Ukhahlamba and Harry Gwala regions could face disciplinary action after they received an urgent court interdict from the Pietermaritzburg High Court to halt the ANC KZN provincial elective conference from taking place on the weekend. The applicants cited irregularities in the validation of delegates and other issues. The ANC provincial leadership say it will return to court today to seek an early date to prevent its side of the matter. To talk more about this, we are joined in our Pretoria studio by political analyst Professor Tinyiko Maluleke. And Prof, thank you very much. Good to have you here on Morning Live.
Good morning, Leanne, and good morning to the viewers.
And they're also joining us in this conversation from our Durban studio. We are joined by Sihle Zikalala, who is the ANC KZN coordinator. Sir, good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thanks, Leanne, and thanks for having us in your program.
Absolute pleasure.
Good morning to Professor Maluleke and your viewers.
Prof, let me begin with you. I'll start the conversation from an analytical point of view. The events that led to the postponement of this, the KZN provincial conference, really showing that there are massive factions within the province. Now, we're going to obviously get the word from Sihle Zikalala in a bit, but just from what you saw that transpired over the weekend, Prof, what do you think is going on?
Well, my sense is that, there's nothing new going on in the KZN province that has not been going on since, say, 2015. Or if you want to go further, you could. So in a sense, it's a continuation of the old factional battles that have been there, and in a way they are getting worse if one adds to what we have seen over the weekends, the killings that have happened in that province. And it's a sad thing to say, but there's nothing new that is taking place actually in that province. It's the same old battles, the same old factions, and in some ways the same old tactics being used both to prevent conferences, but also to solve the problems. I haven't seen new things coming out of the province.
Okay. Sadly. Sihle, let's come to you now. So, I mean, what Professor is saying, there's nothing new coming out of the province. Factionalism is existing. We saw this happening over the weekend. Let's get it from your point of view. I mean, this factionalism that is really turning the KZN province into what I'd like to quote from one of the analysts speaking over the weekend, saying almost like a center of discontent as to what happened at Nasrec happening in KZN. Can we describe KZN as that?
Well, maybe let me start on two things. Firstly, let me congratulate Mr. Mthembu and for winning the Comrades Marathon. Secondly, let me publicly apologize to the national chairperson of the ANC, Comrade Pietermaritzburg, the national officials and the entire NEC, as well as the membership of the ANC, for the disruption that prevented the national chairperson to address the conference on Friday. Maybe to respond direct to your question, there is a great work that has been done both by the provincial leaders as well as the regions to build and restore unity in the province. I will not want to differ or to comment much on what Prof have said, but we believe that the events of the weekend should not reverse the gains we have made. The 6 regional conferences that have taken place so far were very successful, characterized by the spirit of unity. In all 6 regions, we emerge with inclusive leadership, irrespective of where people were standing when we were preparing for Nasrec conference or when we were going to our own 2015 conference. So there is great work that has been done to build unity, but we need to maximize on that and go forward.
Yeah. Sihle, I'm finding it very difficult to believe what you're saying right now, because, I mean, what we saw over the weekend, the booing of Gwedi Mantashe, a conference falling apart. Please, I don't think you can expect the viewers or any of us to believe that there is any unity whatsoever happening in KZN.
Well, I think, firstly, the booing that took place was a reflection of an anger from delegates and frustration on many things that have happened. Firstly, we went to court on Friday. We were only told about the court application at 10:30 in the morning. We went to court. We were not given papers up until 14:35, which is 25 to 3. The court was sitting at 3 o'clock. We were not allowed to respond because we didn't have papers. We offered ourselves to take a stand and provide a witness from the stand. The judge denied us that opportunity.
Yeah.
So there is that frustration that took place from the delegation
Sihle,
or the delegates at conference.
It doesn't appear that there seems to be different. If I may, just perhaps you can comment on this. There seem to be differing reports, however, that you knew about this earlier in the week. This didn't just come about on Friday, that you had your disgruntled members that were going to approach the court. This was known earlier in the week.
That would be, Leanne. No, Leanne, you are totally wrong. Those reports are totally misrepresenting facts. We only got a letter indicating that there are people who want to interdict the conference on Thursday evening. Those people were not mentioned by names. We tried to inquire. Only at 10:30 on Friday, we were told that there is an application that is coming. And we were only given papers at 25 to 3. During the hearing itself, we were suppressed and not given an opportunity to present ourselves and our side.
Yeah, it's quite incredible that the media knew about it before you did. I mean, we had those reports, we had the letters, and yet you're saying you didn't. So it's difficult to understand. But Professor, let me bring.
No, Leanne. Leanne. We're not going to pass here.
Okay, go for it.
Let us be factual and correct.
Okay.
You are wrong, and you are misrepresenting facts when you say we got letters. We didn't get letters before. We got letters on Thursday. And we were told telephonically that there is an application that is coming at 10:30 on Friday. We can provide the proof of that.
All right. Okay. Let's move on to Professor. Let's just move the issue forward a little bit. In terms of disgruntled members and membership and unity within the province there, Professor, I mean, from what you've been hearing that's been said, what are your opinions? What are your views, particularly with going to court and fighting each other?
Well, it is clear that there is a lot of unhappiness in the KZN province. And it is clear that there are factions. I don't think anyone can deny that. Technically, you can't speak a word against a person who goes to the courts of the land to seek relief, because that's what the courts are for. Unfortunately, not just that province, but the ANC in general has been frequenting the courts quite a little bit too much. Some have argued that, the courts have become the de facto government. In other words, they are doing two jobs at the same time. And sadly, that province is the biggest in the country for the ANC. The ANC is the biggest political party in the country. And so when you see things that are happening in KZN, you've got to be worried not just about the elections, because many people say the ANC will lose the elections if things go bad there. But I think we need to be worried about stability in the country. We've got to be worried about the ability of the ANC to pursue the programs that the ANC has been promising people since the dawn of democracy.
Let's take a quick break, gentlemen. We'll continue this discussion. Sihle, I'll pick it up with you after the break just to get more of your opinions and your views. Write to us here at Morning Live SABC. If you'd like to join the conversation, you're more than welcome to. Quick break. We'll see you after this.